Hello everyone. We will start by solving the question 1 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. We are required to work out 5% of $25. This means that $25 is 100% and we only want to 5% of it. Now we multiply the opposite numbers together and divide them by the number opposite the question mark. So we get this form, and in the end we get an answer $1.25, meaning 5% of $25 is 1.25. Hello everyone. We'll start by solving the question 2 and 3 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. In the second question, he tells us factorize 5p plus pt. With ease, we can take the p common factor because it is present here and here. And in this way, we have done factorize. We now come to the third question required of us. Calculate this and give your answer correct to two significant figures. First, we subtract 16.379 and 0.879. Now, we can also multiply these two numbers together, and now we make a division to get a final answer. Now he asks us in this question to give your answer correct to two significant figures. For this reason, we come after the point twice. Once, twice. Now because this number is greater than 5, so we add one number to the number before it, which is 5. So it becomes 6. And get rid all the rest of the numbers, and in this way we have obtained the answer. Hello everyone. We will start by solving the question 4 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. What we are required to do in part A, write this number in words. Here we have ones, tens, hundred, ones, tens, but this ones and tens are in thousands. So we have 15,060. Now we move to part B, write 15,060 in standard form. Now if we put a point here, we must multiply the number by 10 power 1, 2, 3, 4. So 10 power 4. And in this way we get standard form. Hello everyone. We will start by solving the question 5 and 6 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. What is asked of us in the fifth question is simplify 5c minus d minus 3d minus 2c. Here we cannot calculate c with d, but we must calculate c with c and d with d. Minus d minus 3d equal minus 4d. And 5c minus 2c equal 3c. And we get this answer. We now move to sixth question. Solve x minus 2 over 3 equal 3, which means we must get x. When we have this form, we can cross multiply, meaning this number in the denominator becomes here with the multiplication sign 3 times 3 equal 9. And in order to get x, we must take minus 2 to after the equal. And for this reason, the sign change instead of the minus, it becomes plus, and so on we get x. Hello everyone. We will start by solving the question 7 and 8 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. What is required in the seventh question is simplify 2x power 3 times 3x power 2. We must multiply the numbers together. 2 times 3 equals 6. And also multiply the x. Here we have x3 and here we have x2. When we have the same base and we have multiply, we must add the power with each other. We get the final answer, which is 6x power 5. We now move to the 8th question. Without using a calculator, work out 5 over 16 times 1 over 7. You must show all your working and give your answer as a fraction in the simplest form. What mean by 1 over 7 is 1 plus 1 over 7. And in order for us to be able to add them together, we must have the same denominator. And here, because we have the same denominator, we can add the numerator together to get 8 over 7. Now we have a fraction multiplied by a fraction, but we note that we can do simplify for 8 and 16. So it is better to do simplify to facilitate the calculation. And because we have multiply, so we multiply the numerator together and multiply the denominator together, and we get the final answer. Hello everyone, we will start by solving the question 9 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. He tells us that Paula invests $600 at the rate of R% per year, simple interest. At the end of 10 years, the total interest earned is $90. Find the value of R. When we find in the question the word simple interest and rate, this rule should come to mind, which is I equal PRT. I is interest earned, P principal or starting amount, R is the simple interest rate, T is the time in years. Now we put everything at this value and we get this form. We want the rate, so we do cross multiply. Now we can simplify with zeros, and we can also simplify when we divide by 3. So we get the final answer. Hello everyone. We'll start by solving the question 10 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. You are asked to simplify x power 3 over 8 power minus 4 over 3. When we have a minus in the power, we can remove the minus by reversing the number inside the parentheses. So we have this form. Now we enter power to the numerator and denominator, and here we can simplify 3, so we get the final answer. Hello everyone, we will start by solving the question 11 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. Rearrange the formula to write R in terms of P and pi. Because R is here and here, we can take R common factor. As long as we have here equal and here times multiply, we can take 2 plus pi to here like this, and thus we have written R in terms of P and pi. Hello everyone, we will start by solving the question 12 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. In this question, he tells us the sides of a square are 15.1 centimeters, correct to one decimal place. Find the upper bound of the area of the square. One decimal place, we can write it as 0.1. When we get a question like this, the first thing we divide the decimal place by 2. And now, as long as he wants us to get the upper bound, we must do an addition of 15.1 centimeters and 0.05. Now he wants the area of the square from us. We know that the rule of the area of the square is side square, which means we must write 15.15 square. And in this way, we have obtained the answer. Hello everyone. We will start by solving the question 13 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. Calculate the area of the triangle. We know that the area of triangle base times height over 2. We have the base equal 13 centimeters. As for the height, in order to obtain it, we can use the sine rule, which is sine alpha equals side opposite over hypotenuse. The opposite side is the same as the height. that we search for it. And we can get it in this way. Now we put the answer for height here so that, and in this way we have obtained the answer. Hello everyone. We will start by solving the question 14 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. The scale of a map is 1/10 million on the map. The area of Slovakia is 4.9 centimeters square. Calculate the actual area of Slovakia. Give your answer in square kilometers. He tells us that everyone on the map is 10 million in actual. This means that every 1 square centimeter square on the map is 10 million square centimeters square in actual. 4.9 centimeters square on map. How much in actual? In this case, we multiply the opposite numbers by each other and divide them by the number opposite to the question mark. We get the answer in centimeters square, but he wants us to answer in kilometers square. And as we know that from centimeter square to kilometer square, we must divide by 100,000 square. In this way, we have obtained the answer. Hello everyone. We'll start by solving the question 15 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. Y is inversely proportional to x square when x equal 4, y equal 2. Find y when x equal half. Y is inversely proportional to x square. This means that y equal k over x square. In order to get y, we must get k and x. We have x equal half. As for k, we can get it from here when x equal 4 and y equal 2. After we get the k, we put its value here and also put the place of x 1 over 2. And in this way, we get the y when x equal 1 over 2. Hello everyone. We will start by solving the question 16 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. Calculate the obtuse angle x in this triangle. In order to obtain x, it is enough to obtain this angle, which we will call alpha, because x equal 180 minus alpha. And in order to obtain alpha, we can use this rule, which is sine alpha equal opposite side over hypotenuse side. But opposite side we can obtain by using the same rule, but for this triangle. Now that we have the opposite side, we put it here to get the alpha. Now we put the alpha here to get the x. Hello everyone. We'll start by solving the question 17 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. The diagram shows two sectors of circles with the same center. Calculate the shaded area. Shaded area is the area of the full sector, which is radius equal 5 centimeters, minus the area of this part, which is radius equal 3 centimeters. We know that the area of the circle is pi r square when the angle is 360 degrees. But here we have 45 degrees. So what is the area? So we multiply the opposite numbers by each other and divide them by the number opposite the question mark. Here we want the area when the radius is 5, so we put 5 centimeters in place of r. And here we also want the area when the radius is 3, so we put 3 centimeters in place of r. And in this way, we have obtained the shaded area. Hello everyone. We'll start by solving the question 18 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. Write x over 2 minus 2x plus 4 over x plus 1 as a single fraction in its simplest form. In order to write two fractions as a single fraction, we must have the same denominator. And here we do not have the same denominator. For this reason, we must convert them to the same denominator by following this method. Here we have 2, so we multiply this fraction by 2 in this form. And here we have x plus 1, so we multiply this fraction by x plus 1 in this way. Now we have the same denominator, which is 2x plus 1. Now we can write one fraction. In the denominator there is 2x plus 1, and in the numerator this. Now in the numerator we can calculate them together in this way, and in the end we get the quadratic equation. But we must ask ourselves, if we convert the quadratic equation to form factorized, will it appear in the numerator x plus 1 like the denominator? Because if we have in the numerator x plus 1, in this way we can simplify. But x plus 1 will not appear in the numerator if we convert it to form factorized. The reason is that minus 1 is not the root of the quadratic equation. In this way, we have confirmed that this is the final answer. Hello everyone. We'll start by solving the question 19 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. We have matrix M and matrix P. Find M, P. This means find M multiplied by P. When we want to multiply two matrices together, we must multiply the rows of the first matrix by the columns of the second matrix, which is matrix P. So we can use this rule that we will apply here in this way to get the answer. Now we move to part B. He wants us to get the determinant for M. When we have two rows and two columns, we can apply this rule, and in this way we get the answer. Hello everyone. We'll start by solving the question 20 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. The probability that the school bus is late is 9 over 10. If the school bus is late, the probability that Seb travels on the bus is 15 over 16. If the school bus is on time, the probability that Seb travels on the bus is 3 over 4. Find the probability that Seb travels on the bus. Seb travels on the bus. There is a possibility that the school bus is late. And there is also another possibility that the school bus is on time. Probability that the school bus is late, 9 over 10. And the probability that the school bus is on time, 1 minus probability that the school bus is late, equal 1 over 10. The probability that Seb travels on the bus equal 15 over 16 times 9 over 10 plus 3 over 4 times 1 over 10. In this way, we have obtained the final answer, which is 147 over 160. Hello everyone. We'll start by solving the question 21 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. Part A. Describe fully the single transformation that maps shape T onto shape A. We see that this figure and this have the same size, the same shape, and the same orientation. This means it is a translation. Now, in order to get the vector, we must start with the shape T to A. As we know that the vector has x and y. In order to determine x, we must start with any point on shape T to reach the same point but in shape A. We will start with this point on shape T, and we must reach this point, which is the same but on shape A. We must take a step back, and because we got back, we must put minus. So we get that x equal minus 1. Now we want to determine y. From this point to this, we must go down 5 steps because we are heading downward. So we must put minus, so we get the vector -1, -5. We now move to part B. On the grid, reflect shape T in the line y equal x. When we are asked to do reflect, we must do perpendicular on the line that we have y equal x. First, we will draw y equal x. When x equal 0, y equal 0. And when x 1, y equal 1. So, we connect 2 points together to get y equal x. Now we must do perpendicular from all these points at y equal x. And we must take the same distance to obtain 0.62. We do the same thing here and obtain 7,3. Because 0.66 is located on the shape and on line y equal x, we take it. We do the same thing here and obtain 7,6. Hello everyone. We'll start by solving the question 22 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. A pipe is completely full of water. Water flows through the pipe at a speed of 1.2 meters per second into a tank. The cross section of the pipe has an area of 6 centimeters square. Calculate the number of liters of water flowing into the tank in 1 hour. Volume of water flowing in tank in 1 second equal area times speed. But the area in centimeter and the speed in meter per second. So we must convert meter per second to centimeter per second because the area is in centimeter. So from meter per second to centimeter per second, we must multiply by 100. Now we can get the answer, volume of water flowing in tank in 1 second. But in the question, he wants in 1 hour. And as we know that 1 hour is 3,600 seconds, for this reason, we must multiply by 3,600. So we get volume of water flowing in tank in 1 hour. But the answer we got in cube centimeter. And he wants us to get the answer in liters. And as we know that every 1 liter equal 1000 cube centimeter. For this reason, we must divide by 1000 and get the answer in liters. Hello everyone. We'll start by solving the question 23 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. Complete each of the following statements. A, enter B. A, enter B, that is, we must take the thing in intersection between A and B. Here we have 2 and here we have 2. We must put 2. And here we have 5 and also here we have 5. So we must write 5. And in this way, we get the answer A, enter B. Now we are required to get a number of elements of B. 1, 2, 3. This is the number of elements of B equal 3. We now come here. We are required to know what is the intersection between the two sets through which we get 0, 4, 6. A, enter B is not 0, 4, 6. For this reason, we must think that we get the complement. For example, the complement of B is 0, 3, 4, 6, and the intersection between A and the complement of B is 0, 4, 6. So in this way, we have got the answer. We now come here, as we notice that 2 is element of A and also 4 is element of A. This means that this set is a subset of A. Hello everyone. We'll start by solving the question 24 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. Fx equal 3x minus 5, gx equal 2 power x. Part A, find fg3. We must start from the inside, that is g3, which is equal 2 power 3. Now f8 is 3 times 8 minus 5, and in this way we get the answer. We now move to part B. We are asked to find f minus 1x. When we are asked to f minus 1x, the first step we take is to place the fx, we write y. The second step is we want to get the answer to the x, so we get the x in this way. Third step, in place of y we write x, and in place of x we write f minus 1x. Hello everyone, we'll start by solving the question 25 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. 0 is the origin, vector OP equal 2 vector OA, vector OQ equal 3 vector OB, and vector PM equal vector MQ. Vector OP equal P and vector OQ equal Q. Find in terms of P and Q in its simplest form. Part A, vector BA equal vector BO plus vector OA. Here we have OQ equal 3OB. This means vector OB equal vector OQ over 3. Since we have here that vector OQ equal Q, in place of vector OQ, we can put Q, but we want BO. And here we have OB, vector OB. Instead of vector OB, we can put vector BO, but we must also put minus. In this way, we get the answer BO. We also want to get the answer vector OA. Here we have vector OP equal 2 vector OA. This means that vector OA equal vector OP over 2. And since vector OP equal P, we can put P in place of OP. In this way, we also get the answer vector OA. We now move to part B. Find in terms of P and Q in its simplest form the position vector of M. That is, we must get the vector OM. Here we have PM equal MQ, so vector PM equal vector MQ. This means that M is midpoint of QP. From here, we can conclude that vector OM equal vector OQ plus vector OP over 2. In this way, we get the answer. Hello everyone, we'll start by solving the question 26 of the Cambridge IGCSE 2019 exam. A car travels at 20 meters per second for 15 seconds before it comes to rest, decelerating at 2.5 meters per second square. Find the total distance traveled. We notice that the car speed here was constant and here it was decelerating. The total distance equals distance for this part, which is the constant speed, plus the distance for this part, which the speed is decelerating. Since here the speed is constant, we can use this rule and get the answer to the distance easily. Now we come to this part. Since the speed is decelerating, we must use this rule, but we need the time. That is the time from here to here. So we can use the slope rule, which is in this form, and the slope equal 2.5. And in this way, we get the answer to T. Now, it takes time from here to here, so we do subtraction to get the answer. Now we put the answer here to finally get the answer.